Welcome back, guys. Today we have a high yield gen chem question for electrochemistry. And in today's question, we're given a voltaic cell and we are using zinc metal and copper metal for our electrodes. And we are also given the standard reduction potentials for copper and zinc. So we have positive 0.34 volts and negative 0.76 volts. And our question is asking, based on this information, which of the following correctly gives the cell potential E cell and also identifies whether the cell is galvanic or electrolytic if zinc is functioning at the anode. So a lot to unpack here. This is super high yield, right? You need to know how to do this, calculate E cell, and also decide galvanic versus electrolytic. So let's find E cell first, right? So E cell for a question like this, so anytime you're given a situation where you're given the standard reduction potentials, you're going to want to use this formula, right? E cell is equal to the reduction potential at the cathode, right? So the thing that gets reduced minus the reduction potential of the anode, or the thing that gets oxidized, right? Cathode means you are gaining electrons, right? Being reduced. And at the anode, you're being oxidized, you're losing electrons, right? Now, this question is a little bit nicer. It's telling us that zinc is functioning at the anode, but some questions don't give that to you. You actually have to look at the reaction and see who gets oxidized and who gets reduced, right? And so that could be a little bit more tricky. However, we are nice today, right? And we are told that zinc is functioning at the anode. So all we have to do to calculate E cell, right? The reduction potential of our cathode, right? So if zinc is at our anode, right here, we know that copper is at our cathode. So the reduction potential at the cathode is positive 0.34. We're going to subtract, and I put this in parentheses here just to make sure I get the signs right, the reduction potential at our anode, right? And so zinc is at our anode, and this is negative 0.76. And so positive 0.34 minus a negative 0.76, right? That's actually kind of like addition, right? So this is positive 1.10 volts. Okay, and so we can get rid of option D here. And so we can also get rid of option B here because that's negative and we have a positive value. So we are between A and C. Now, for galvanic and electrolytic, galvanic means the E cell is positive and it's a spontaneous reaction. And electrolytic means the E cell is negative, right? That's non-spontaneous. We have a positive value here, right? So positive 1.10 volts means this is a spontaneous reaction, right? The E cell is positive, so this is a galvanic cell. So make sure you know how to do this for the MCAT.